Beloved Sanat Kumara Address, August 5th, 1953. Beloved infinite spirits of light and life eternal, who hold my ransom within your heartbeat, I greet you tonight in the name of the Holy Brotherhood who lives but to set life free. I bow before the light that is within the flaming presence of your heartbeat, for that light is the hope of the world. It is the assurance of a permanent place in the solar system for the earth, which has been your host for century after century of time. Within that heartbeat is the redemption of the energy that has made a shroud of her garments of immortality. Within that heartbeat is the divine alchemy by which the cry of pain and agony which arises into the atmosphere may be transmuted into the paean of praise and join the great music of the spheres as the anthem of freedom for a star that shines within the light of the physical sun. Is it not right and proper that each and every one of us who live but to serve life should bow before the presence of life within the heart of even the most humble soul and even the deepest sleeper? For once awakened, that intelligent light, moulded by the power of creative thought and feeling, becomes the master control of all substance and form. Oh, I have watched carefully the light in your hearts these past weeks and months, for it is the ransom which you have voluntarily chosen to pay. It is through your free will that the chains that have bound me in this self-chosen exile of the centuries might be removed, and unfettered I might rise on your love to my star and to my beloved who has waited for eons of time that I might fulfill my promise to her when I said adieu, thinking it but a matter of a few short years before I would return. Standing together in the light of Venus, hearing the songs of the great celestial choir, and looking at your sweet earth, I said, Beloved, I go on wings of love to a planet that is in pain, because I believe in the ultimate goodness of life, and one day that planet shall send me home. And she smiled and said, Go in peace, beloved, and I shall do for us both that which you, as Lord of this star, would have assisted me to do. However long your exile, I shall wait with happy anticipation your return. It has been a long time since the Lemurian pole star shone. It has been a long time since the great Kumaras and I swept through the ethers towards the tiny flickering points of light, representing my faithful ones who had prepared Shambhala for me. It has been a long time since the glory of Shambhala was known across the face of your earth, and you within this room walked over the great carved bridge into the city of the sun. It has been a long time since you stood before me in the temple, receiving into the braziers that you carried the immortal flame of life, which was to burn upon the hearths within your home and in your local temples for 12 months. And yet, I vouch that tonight there is not a single heart within this room to whom I speak who does not remember that day without a thrill in their feelings. Friends of the ages, friends of Venus among you, friends of Mercury, friends of Uranus, friends of Earth, friends of the sun, angels and elementals, I bless you for coming to a point of conscious awareness that makes you desire within the deepest recesses of your hearts to invest your sweet energy in creating an orbit of life for this earth, and taking upon your shoulders the responsibility that I have carried so willingly of making the dark star a sun. You can understand, you who have desired freedom from the shackles of human bondage, what gratitude you feel towards the action of the violet flame in setting you free. Some of you have questioned within yourselves the coming of the Lord of the world. Because of humility in your outer consciousness and uncertainty in your feelings, you have wondered that I should come among the sons of men. In whom would I be more interested than those who have offered their life that I may return to my star, and she pass through her initiation into greater freedom? You have been told, and rightly, that before I return to Venus, we would walk and talk with the children of Earth. We would visit their homes and bless their consciousness, and this night is the fulfillment of that promise. Beloved friends of God, you within whose hearts burn the desire for justice, may I remind you that the light of the world is primarily released through the qualities of the feeling nature, which are constructive in intent and which call forth from the life you contact happiness, harmony, contentment, peace, and cooperation. Those of you who are earnestly desirous of becoming the light of the world, may, through the use of the sacred fire of your own heartbeat, pour through your feeling world the substance of my own energy, keeping careful watch on the qualities that you allow to generate and radiate through the feelings, because they create either shadow or sunshine. Though your lips proclaim that you wish to serve the light, if your feelings generate qualities of depression, heaviness, discontent, and discouragement, you are unconsciously weaving the shroud of human creation around the planet, rather than weaving the immortal garments of freedom which gives her a permanent place as a shining orb of light. The contagious power within the feeling world, when once understood by the Chela and disciple, becomes the predominant activity in transmuting the shadows of earth into sunshine. You know this yourself in the most simple and homely of examples. Happiness begets happiness. Optimism begets optimism. Kindliness begets kindliness. A smile begets a smile, as a frown begets a frown. For one who is conscious, for one who is the conscious controlling factor of his own feeling world, there are 100 who are mirrors that reflect the discord that is generated and released by others. Oh, surely, as you walk among the ways of earth, you will contact depressions and unkindness, and you will note if your feeling world instantly becomes a mirror. However, there is the mastery of the flame that will make you one day a lord of the flame. You must no longer mirror the feelings directed at you, or that flow unconsciously. You must no longer mirror the feelings directed at you, or that flow unconsciously, or that flow unconsciously through your environment. You must create consciously the vibrations in the feeling body that are a contagious power, that are absorbed and accepted by individuals that life draws around you, and make them light conductors also. This is the practical aspect of your service if you choose in heart, soul and spirit to do that which you profess with your lips, to give me my freedom. The feeling world is the factor which will be the determining agent in the final analysis as to whether, at the close of this 20-year span, when life chooses to remove me from this screen of form, whether or not mankind individually and collectively can emit enough light to sustain the place of the earth in this system. You'll excuse me for my extreme enthusiasm in this subject. I do not mean to shock you unnecessarily, for I love you. Oh, I love you so much more than your own life can yet believe is possible. I have proven that love. I have stayed with you. I have believed in you. I have covered you with a mantle of my own life. For millions of years I have poured out from my own body the radiance into this great universe that the earth was required to emit. I shall love you always, here and when I have returned home, but my love is great enough to show you a practical way by which you, dear hearts, the hope of heaven and earth, may become myself in action. When I first took up residence in the heart of Shambhala, the earth was in a very sorry state. It was then that the Great White Brotherhood was conceived within my mind and heart. It was with the hope that among the sons and daughters of the evolution of earth, and the guardian spirits who had become caught in the meshes of the human effluvia, would choose at inner levels to join me, and in some measure help me to reach the consciousness of just a few who would choose to control their energies and become light bearers. I had nothing to work with but light and love, and many centuries passed before even 2 life streams applied for membership. One later became the Buddha, and the other the Cosmic Christ, Beloved Lord Maitreya. The Brotherhood has grown through the ages until almost all the offices are now held by those belonging to the earth and those who have volunteered to remain among her evolution. The hour has now come when my successor is to take upon himself the office of the King of the Brotherhood and the Lord of the world, and I shall pass into my own evolution again. It is a custom, when a member of the human race enters into the Great White Brotherhood, that they are brought before Lord Maitreya, and there they are invested with the blessing of my own blazing star of light, and the initiation which takes place unites the consciousness of the outer self with my own body for all eternity. This does not take place until within the heart of the disciple there is created an individual star which externalized signifies to the Brotherhood that such a one is ready to merge his own personal life into God's service for the good of the whole. Many of you have read through the kindness of Mr. Leadbeater the descriptions of some of these initiations. Several of you within this room have passed through them. But tonight, as you are with me in this service, I'm going to place a star within each of your auras and make you a light bearer vested with the power to change the feeling world of all with whom you come in contact. Not through an effort of human will, but through the power of the flame which is your heartbeat. As that star shines above you, blazing at inner levels in all its light and power, for the first time since I entered into the atmosphere of Earth, do I make a cooperative benediction upon a chosen group of life streams. In the name of the God of light and life, in the name of mercy, in the name of the eternal salvation of planet Earth, I invest these life streams with the power to create harmony, peace, balance, hope, faith, purity, and perfection wherever they move from this moment henceforth. This I do in the name of my office as Lord of the world. This I do in the name of the Great White Brotherhood, whom I serve. This I do in the name of the Christ, who stands revealed above each one, anchoring that star within each heart. So be it. I thank you. Will you please be seated? And I will say to you, good night.